What we're going to do now is move into the final steps of our admin setup, and that is setting up a job template. To do that, we're going to come up to the jobs area. Now, remembering that in system attributes, we already added a standard job type attribute. Now, underneath the jobs area, we can come to the template section and we can create our job templates. So here, we're going to give it a name. So this is going to be our standard job. We get to browse to that standard job template. So it is an existing job now. Got it set to false so we can browse everything. Standard job template. We can set up a standard naming rule. So this means that all our jobs will be named in the same fashion. We just hit the build button, hit the plus, and you can use whatever attributes have been set up to create your naming rule. So for example here, I might use job variable, a parent job attribute, and I might start with the job number. Add that, and then I can keep going. So next I may want exactly the same thing. Let's go job variable, job attribute, and I might use the job name this time. Select that there and hit add, and then hit set. Now all I'm going to do up here is come up in the middle and hit space dash space, and there's my automatic job naming rule. The last step here is to match it to an attribute. So come to the match attributes tab, let's go plus. We've only got one to choose from because we only added one to our system. Select, and I'm going to set this value to the standard job. And now I can hit save. What that means is next time I create a new job, as soon as I set the job type to standard attribute, it will know to use this template with this naming rule. Okay. All you got to do now is create a template for every template you have. So we have an existing job as well. We can browse there and select the existing job template. I will cheat a little bit with the naming rule. So I'll come down to the match attributes first. Let's go job type and set that to existing job and hit save. Now on the standard job, I can actually highlight this, go Control C, come back to existing job and go Control V and use the same naming rule. Just make sure I hit save. And okay. I don't need one for the header job because it doesn't have a template. It's just a random job setup. Okay. One last thing inside our job template. If you want a folder with a naming rule, you can come and set it up. So simply just go to the folder, right click on it and go edit folder. You'll either have to create the folder attributes or standard attributes underneath the system all attributes area. But from here, we can now come to the file naming rules for this folder and set it up. So we go plus. I'm going to call this a photo rule, and it's only going to apply to JPEGs and bitmaps, for example. Then we come to the rule tab and we hit the plus button and it opens up the file naming rule builder. So again, pretty much the same procedure as the job naming rule. You come and select how you want to build that name. So I might start with a job variable, job attribute, and job number. Add that. Then we might go to a, let's say a timestamp. All right. Now down here on the browser dots, we pick that and it'll give us all the options we want. So maybe I go year first, so double click on that, then I'll go month, and then I'll go day. and I'll add that. You can go all the way down to seconds if you want. Add that one. Then I might go, I'll leave it as a user variable, and let's go user initials. Add that one in. And then maybe right at the end, I want a counter. So if there's multiples, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Set that. Just like before, I can come and put my cursor in between those square brackets, and I can use dashes or underscores to suit. Okay. Hit set. Hit save. And that's the naming rules set up for that folder. Okay, the last piece of the puzzle. I'm going to minimize everything up. So this is your end result now. You've now come and created all your templates. You've got your standard folder structure. You've applied your permissions. You've applied your naming rules. You've got your basic team setups. You can even put default tasks inside a template. And the final result is the end administrator or job creator might come to his project area and he goes and creates a new job. First thing you're going to do here is come to required attributes, select say standard job, and fill out your attribute values. So the job number here might be job number 1. Give it a name. If your client's in the list, you can come and pick the client from your contact list. There he is. If you've got a job address, you can fill it in, and we might be doing detailed design. Okay. Yep. I think I've set permissions at a job level anyway, so it's up to you what you do there. But I always want to display the parent. I can give it a description. So road from here to there. If it's got its own cover image, I can come and pick a file from Synergy, file from this. I can even choose a Google map if I wish. Okay, I'm going to go File. There we go. And that's everything I need to do now. You'll notice that my job name is automatically filled out from my attributes. So I don't need to do anything up there. And then I can just hit create. And that's going to go and build my job using that template. There's the job editor, so you can come and change things if you want to. But now if we have a look in here, we've got our Croc Park. It's got the team set up, it's got the forums, issue filed areas, our standard folder structure with all the permissions and naming rules already set up. All the end user has to do is add their files and data to it.